Luxury is not a price point, it's an experience. Service first, client first, that's it.
I really do think you are a pro marketer.
You're showing up with more information, better understanding. You can decipher what's going on in the market. No wonder people want to do business with you.
I viewed it as this is a person that is now going to know me and use me for the rest of their life.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Signature Insights. Joining us today is top agent Elena Saradidis. Elena Saradidis is a top Toronto realtor with a team. She's the team lead at the Elena Saradidis Group with Royal LePage Signature, known for pairing sharp market insight with a deeply client-first approach. She's built a top 1% national business largely through repeat and referral clients, closing over $200 million in volume and managing 300 plus doors across the GTA. She is a two-time National Chairman's Club member, a Royal LePage Top 35 Under 35 honoree, and a recognizable voice on social media and in industry media for her candid take on the Toronto market and long-term wealth building through real estate. Welcome, Elena.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Sam, you cut me up. It's 3 times. I've been here for 3 years now.
Well, the funny thing is, I read your bio 2 times, and I was like, "Oh, we haven't updated her website," because I think she's been here longer than 3 times. So thank you. Of course, when people hear top 35 under 35, they might think that you're nearing 35, but you're actually not even close.
No, I'm going to be in that club for a very long time.
Love it.
They should give you the longest standing top 35 under
might.
35. They might, right?
Yeah.
You might
They're
get
going to
that.
make my own category.
I hope so. So, of course, I think, one of the biggest things, Elena, when we talk about you, we think about you, and other people, I think, see you, is the fact that you did start so young. And I think some people might think that that would be a negative, right? A drawback, like, oh, you're so young, can people trust you? But you actually feel like it's a pro, it's a positive. Tell us a little bit about starting so young in the business.
So when you're young, the biggest hurdle is getting other people to trust you with the biggest investment they have. And most people that are purchasing at that age, so I was 21, 22 when I got into the business. So having someone that is of 21 or 22 buying is rare. Most of them are doing rentals. Having your parents or parents' friends trust you to do real estate transactions, slim to none. Mm-hmm. Well, everybody knows a real estate agent. They're not going to go with the 21-year-old that just got licensed. Mm-hmm. So that was a huge hurdle. So what I did was a deep dive in market, in the knowledge behind real estate. I knew the numbers better than anyone else. Like, you know how we laugh about Chris knowing the numbers and being our nerd on the number side? That was me. I became obsessed with knowing every single property that hit the market. Someone would call me, tell me an address, and I would know what's new in that building or know what's new in the area. Mm-hmm. So
very smart.
That's how I got in. So people would meet me afterwards and be like, she knows so much. She must just have a young face. Like, she just must have a young face. And I would get them to trust me because I gave them all the knowledge. Then they'd like me. We'd do the transaction together. And at the end, they'd be like, out of curiosity, how old are you? And I'd be like in a full panic. Like, do I tell them my real age at this point? I was like, I'm like 12. Yeah. and I would tell them my age and they'd be like, oh my God, our kid just sold us a property.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry. And they're like, but like, you're so smart and you know things. And I'm like, I know, I'm just like a really big nerd. I needed to know the numbers.
Yes, I know. I take so much from your experience because I was also 21 when I started. And I also would do everything I could to not tell people how old I was, but try to kind of talk about other things that made me seem old. Like, I lived in my own condo when I was 22, which is rare. I know you bought your first property at 22 as well. And so almost trying to hide it but seem really smart about it and knowing a lot is really critical. And I remember one time I did this big deal and I came in and told Chris about it. And then that night I went to see them to finish the paperwork. And the guy says to me, hey, your mom told us when we ran into her at the buyer visit that you're only 23. He's like, I can't believe we just bought our biggest investment with a child. So it's funny when they get shocked like that.
I had a client, and this was like my biggest deal at that time. It was $4.5 million. I was 23 years old. I did the deal, was freaking out the whole entire time. They did not know. Like, partner at a law firm and a CEO of like a major company. They did not know my age. I took them out for dinner afterwards and brought my partner. And he's very like amazing in his own right. So we were chatting with them. At the end of the convo, the husband asked Dan, like, how old are you? And Dan like looks at me in a panic because I was like, do not say our age. Do not say our age. Like that's all you have to not do. And Dan goes, well, I'm this old. Yeah. And they go, wait, if you're, then how old? And I had to say my age and they just looked at me and they were like, you're our daughter's age.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, I can't believe we just bought a house like from a child basically. And I'm like,
yeah.
And isn't it the best house though?
Yeah. The best house. The best house. And do you think that because you owned real estate at 22, you bought your first property, do you think that that adds to your expertise, experience?
I think if you haven't gone through it, if you don't own property, it's really hard to help other people navigate the journey because it is very difficult. So I bought my first property at 22. I bought pre-construction. Not a lot of people have bought pre-construction, but if you have, you can walk your client through it. Saving for a down payment. It's really stressful when you're young to figure out how to get into the market. I had to figure it out. I can draw on that experience when I'm walking other people through it. So learning from yourself going through the process is a huge advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. You were also very young, weren't you?
Yes.
Were you 21?
I was young once. Not anymore, but thanks for pointing that out.
You were young when you started.
Oh, yes.
I
Yeah,
met.
yeah, I was 21, yeah.
So Elena, tell us how the journey got started. I mean, you obviously have had tremendous success early on. Your peers at the time were not buying real estate. So how did you build your business? What did it look like?
Lots of rentals. Lots of rentals and lots of open houses. I love new school marketing, but I'm an old school marketer to the core. I would open house every single day. It didn't matter if it was a Monday to Tuesday, I was there. If I was not with a buyer, I was at an open house. If I could post everyone's listings on PadMap or Zump or Facebook Marketplace for rentals, I would post everyone's. I was running rentals like it was a full-time business. Like that was my core. My core was rentals and open houses.
And then what happens to those tenants once you put them in somewhere? What does that look like? What does the keep in touch process look like?
So you moved into a rental. I probably follow up 30 days or 60 days in. And then I'm following up at the 6-month mark, following up at the 100-day into your end of lease term, and then following up 90 days before the lease term ends. So like if you need to give notice, now's the time to give notice. Then I was running seminars for my rental clients on how to get into the market. So they kind of stuck around with me. And again, you work with people that you know, like, and trust. So the person that's looking for a rental, most people view it as low-hanging fruit. Maybe you don't want to do it. Maybe you think it's like the worst type of transaction. I viewed it as this is a person that is now going to know me and use me for the rest of their life. Like I have someone that my team is working with them right now that I helped them when they moved to Canada originally, find a property with a roommate. She didn't have the roommate. We had to find a roommate for her to live with.
Wow.
And then again, I helped her when she got her own place when she was renting. Then I helped her buy her first property. Then I helped her when she got engaged. Then now they're having their baby. I helped them get their new place. Like that is the part that I want to be part of. I want to be part of their whole entire story.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I think, Elena, you touched on when you started out how you dove into stats and the data and you wanted to be so, thoughtful and knowledgeable. That is, I mean, at any age, if you're showing up with more information, better understanding, you can decipher what's going on in the market. No wonder people want to do business with you. And they're not asking you what your age is because you're just proving that you're really, really, really good at what you do.
Well, if you ask
Brilliant.
the question, like what's going on in CO1, I have a property at 123 Banana Street, and you just know the info off the top of your head. They're like, whoa, they're the expert. They know everything.
Well, you do.
Yeah. I mean, when we had you on Signature Live a couple months ago, we were talking about working with first-time buyers. And one of the things you said to me is during your first-time buyer presentations, you don't have a graph or a chart on the stats because you just know them, you speak to them. Because then people understand you just know them. You're not even reading off the page. And that was a big aha for me because I'm used to having people look at something and reference it. But when you're just able to share it off the top of your head, there's a lot of value there. So keys to success early on was those leases and the open houses. That is still something that you do today with your team. Your team is expected to do lots of open houses and lots of rentals. And I was chatting with somebody earlier in the bullpen, and they said to me, how does Elena Saradidis get such a good turnout at her open houses? And I said, well, she's a pro marketer, because I really do think you are a pro marketer. Share some of the ideas that you've done to drive open house traffic. Coffee, ice cream.
Okay, well, first, It's not rocket science. Real estate's not rocket science. Pinterest is the best thing that's ever happened.
Really?
Pinterest.
Okay.
Like I have an idea, I'm on Pinterest, I'm looking up ideas for it, and then just execute. And it doesn't have to be at 100%. Like I've talked about it on the like on Signature Live. It does not have to be 100%, 60%, 80%, 70% done is better than not even tried. So I come up with cute little things, cute little sayings. I draw inspirations from other things that I do. Like I started this event years ago with, it was real estate and yoga, but it's not really, we're not talking real estate, we're doing yoga. I went to a workout class with a friend of mine, and at the end of the class, they said, "Thank you for coming and moving with us." And a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, I'm gonna do a Move With Us event where it's a yoga event because every level can do it. It doesn't matter how young, how old you are, you could do it. I will have like juices there. I'll tell them they can bring their friends. And that is the best, to this date, ROI event for me. Move With Us, yoga. And I got it from going to a class and hearing someone say it. Like you draw inspiration from anything that comes your way. Like coffee carts are great, they're expensive. How easy is it to partner with a local coffee shop and do it that way? How easy is it to be like, okay, it's warmer outside. Why don't I do popsicles or freezies? Like they're cheap. Put them in the fridge. It's easy. Like print out a sticker. Design will help you. Print out a sticker, stick it on everything. Like that's literally all you have to do. Like I just bought a slushie machine. Chris is literally gonna be like, stop buying things.
You need the write-offs. It's a write-off.
Yeah.
It's a write-off.
Yeah, it's a write-off.
Yeah.
It's a write-off.
But slushie machines are cheaper than the coffee carts, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So I am
Okay.
saving money.
Okay.
I ordered all these plastic cups.
Yeah.
I got designed to print out my stickers.
Yeah.
And we're doing slushies all summer long. Come to an open house, we'll have slushies.
If this is not the ultimate girl math, I don't know what is.
It's cheaper. I waited for a sale on Amazon. I bought the Ninjas, the big ones.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes. Oh, that is the best.
So like doing
Love it.
cute things like that, and consistency is key. You can't expect to do an open house once and for it to land. Like you are very lucky if you did an open house and you walked out with a $4 million buyer. You are so lucky. It does not happen very often. But consistency, and if you have a property in a specific building, for example, or in a neighborhood, go every single week. You get to know all the neighbors. To this day, 608 Richmond at the Harlow built my business.
Really?
I was there every single weekend. And I was with the corniest stuff you've ever seen in your life. Dollar store, popcorn bags that said, "Thanks for popping by." Like I was that girl. I had like little fishies that was like, "Your referrals will always be treated like a special catch," or something like that. That's what I was doing. It was not expensive marketing. It was just something to keep someone top of mind. You walked in, you kind of laughed. It was cheesy. You picked it up and you left and you remembered me.
Yes.
Then I started getting a little bit more of a budget. And I was like, Craig's Cookies. They're famous. Everybody knows them. And people to this day will walk into one of my open houses and be like, "Wait, didn't you guys have a listing on this street?" And they remember it because I do Craig's Cookies. So they assume this is like my thing. So every time they walk in, it's nothing special. It's just consistency is key. And then following up with everyone. Like I had a client that walked into that property once. 2 years later, they bought with me. They said one thing to me during the open house. "I want a place by the water. We're not even near the water. And I want it to be 1,400 square feet." I said, "Sounds great." I'm like, "Give me your contact info. When something pops up that works, I will send it to you." For 2 years consistently, every time a property on the waterfront, this was not like a targeted ad search that I made up. No. Every time it popped up, I sent it to them. 2 years straight. They did not respond. I was talking to myself for 2 years. Then all of a sudden I get an email back being like, "Hey, I actually like this one. Can we see it?" Oh, okay. I thought I was talking to myself. Took them to go see the property. They were like, "We know a lot of real estate agents." Like they were a very well-off family. They're still my clients today. But your consistency is what made my husband like you. The fact that you kept following up, even when you had no response, was like, that's someone I want to work with. So they ended up buying with me. Their daughter ended up buying with me. They're going to end up selling with me. Like that's the relationship. And it was built from an open house. They didn't know me. They had no connection to me. Following up.
Awesome. So you're a few years older now than 21 when you started, only a few. Tell us about first-time buyers in today's market. Is that a big makeup of your current clients?
I think this market is a very attractive one for first-time buyers. And the reason why it's attractive is because the entry-level price points have come even lower. So instead of looking at properties that we were having a hard time finding something at $550, at $600, it was hard. 2021 was a tough time. We're 4 years from the peak, Chris, I know. Don't worry, I'm waiting for you to tell me the stat. We're 4 years since the peak. But Right now, you can find something in the 400s. That wasn't possible. So being able to take someone out and being like, you can actually buy today. There's options for you. We can get a 2-bedroom for the price of a 1-bedroom, what they used to sell for. There's tons of incentives in the market. This is the time if you're a first-time buyer.
And what do you think is making those first-timers hesitate? Like when you're working with first-time buyers and you're like, this is such a great deal. What is making them not pull the trigger?
The media, 100%. It is very hard, especially when you're young, to think you can get into the market. It's a mindset thing. Like everybody is under the impression it is so difficult, you'll never be able to do it. If you don't have the help of mom and dad, you'll never be able to get in. So I don't love to tell my age. I now tell my age all the time. When I was younger, I didn't even say it. I would just like buy the property, we won't talk. Now I go to events and I'll be like, I own X amount of properties. And I'm like, the part that's actually shocking is I'm this age. And they're like, oh, you did it? And I'm like, and I will show you how. It's not as hard as everyone thinks. The first one's the hardest one. The second, third, fourth, that's easy. 8th gets hard again. There's a limit. The bank starts getting mad at you.
Other than first-time buyers, Elena, who else are you seeing that has opportunity in today's market?
When you say opportunity, moving factors are based on like the 5 Ds. We've talked about it before. Are they divorced? Are there diapers? Are there diamonds? Is there death? What is the factor that is actually moving you? There's opportunity in every market. This one's a good opportunity, I would say, for people that are downsizing or smart sizing. You're selling at a lower price, but you're also getting in at a much lower price. And that's where you're seeing the best.
And great choice too.
Or if you're upsizing, like yes, you are selling for less. Maybe you're losing money in this market. You could be. But the delta on the buy is so much better that you've made money. So that's the thing that a lot of people have to understand. It doesn't really matter the market conditions. It's what are you trying to do? What's actually going to affect your lifestyle? And then tailoring a plan that fits that.
Since you started, you have gone from yourself, solo agent, to now you have a team. For the realtors listening, what does being a team leader look like?
A lot of administration work.
Administration?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't see. I basically work as a therapist 98% of the time. And
We're familiar. Chris and I are familiar.
Well, you guys know, and I'm a sounding board for most of them. So like, if they are looking at a deal, you're not in it alone. You also have me behind your back at all times. So if you need something, it's a little easier. You reach out, you need an idea, you need to be creative, you need to do something. Like I'm the sounding board for everyone. I'm the solutions person for everyone. So it's a lot more work, but it depends on what you want. Like if you want more free time, then a team might be it. If you have too much business that you cannot handle it on your own, then that's the time to start a team. My business was always focused on client experience. But I hit a point where my client experience would suffer if I didn't give clients to specific people to run the account and me to still be there. They still get me, but they have someone that's dedicated to them 24/7. If you want to go see a house and I'm not available, I don't want you to not go see the house. You're going to see it. If you love it, I'm going to see it after. That's what it relieved time for me to be able to help more people at the ability that I wanted to help them at. So still get the service.
Yeah, because you can't scale it on your own. You need the support.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I know firsthand how you take care of your clients, and it is incredible to watch. I mean, the energy you bring, the ideas you have, clearly why you have so many great clients that stick with you. And you've done a great job to be able to scale that, to your point, with the help of great team members. So, bringing your energy, your ideas, and having great people support that. I know that your clients love working with your team members, even though they may not get to work, run with you every single day, but you're there 100% for them. And it's worked out to be an incredible system.
I tell them it's a 3-pyramid system. It's you, the client, it's myself, and it's one of my agents, and we're on all the files. You text, if I can't reach my phone right now. If one of my clients is texting, they're in a group chat with one of my agents, they will get back to them instantly.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Great service.
What do you think consumers either make the mistake or don't always think about when they're choosing a realtor?
I think that people think that they need to use their friend, or they need to use someone that they've worked with in the past. I love the clients that have stuck with me throughout the time. But this is the biggest financial decision of your life. It costs you nothing on the buy end to work with the best person humanly possible to help you get to where you need to go. So that's how you have to think about it. This is a very big investment, and it costs me nothing to work with the best. I need to work with the best. Interview people, ask them what their real estate experience is like, ask them how familiar they are with the neighborhoods that you're trying to sell in or buy in, because that makes a big difference. Pricing, anyone can help you with pricing. Like listing a property and coming up with a price, we all have access to the same data. But who is actually gonna get the property sold at that number? Telling someone your house is worth $8 million is fantastic. Selling it for 8, that's the secret sauce. Get it sold.
Yes.
Don't just say you're gonna sell it.
Yeah, that's the flex for sure.
Yeah.
Tell us what, as we wrap up here, tell us what your signature move is for 2026.
Well, my signature move for 2026 is back to basics. We're following up with everyone, and again, service first, client first. That's it. That's my signature move.
And we were talking about this, the other day because of how busy you are. You are carrying an incredible number of listings in this market, which is appropriate for this market. You have an incredible number of clients that you're working with. And the level of service that you continue to deliver is incredible. And that's the one thing I think, talking about signature moves, and I would say another signature move of yours is your ability to consistently deliver a very high level experience for all your clients. And you do not rest. I know that, right?
Fueled by coffee.
Yeah, exactly. You don't stop until without making sure every client is incredibly well taken care of. And I think that is, speaks so much to the care and commitment and professionalism that you have in your business, and why, again, so many people want to do business with you.
Well, you know the saying, luxury is not a price point, it's an experience. So it doesn't really matter what price point it is, it's gonna get the exact same service and the exact same experience at any price point with us.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's a reason why not every realtor out there is probably one of the longest standing members of the top 35 under 35 and a third-time member of the Chairman's Club. Elena, what I wish the most about everybody watching and listening is that I could take your energy and your can-do-itness and bottle it, because it's very rare that we meet someone who sees an idea, hears an idea, or has a goal, and they say, I'm just gonna go do it. It might not be perfect every step of the way, but I'm gonna get it done because I believe in it and it's what I'm trying to accomplish. And I think that's why your clients benefit so much from having you on their side. It really is remarkable to watch, Chris, to your point, when you have a very high volume of business that you're doing, every client feels like they're getting the service they would like. And I think that's really commendable. So
Thank you.
congratulations on your success. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.